Hello everyone and welcome back to Just Finish Coding. This is part 3 of our 2-player Tic Tac Toe game which we're making on Scratch 3. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Just finished coding.
Now I have to interject here that if you've not watched parts 1 and 2, please watch them before you come here because as you can see, I'm picking up from where I left off, and for this video to make sense, you need to watch the previous ones. I will leave a card for you right here. Please watch the videos and then come right back. If you're still here, I'm going to assume that you've watched parts 1 and 2, in which case let's continue with our code. So I'm first going to go to the stage and I need to make a couple of changes, or rather add on some code to this when I receive check winner. So switching turns is basically going to be what we're doing in the last, and before we even switch turns, we need to check if the game has ended. And the game can end in two ways. It can either be a tie or it can be the case that some player has won. What I'll do first is I will check if some player has won. And if you remember from the last video, we broadcasted a message here right after the costume of one particular square was switched. We will broadcast check winner. So within our stage, whenever we broadcast or whenever we receive check winner, what we can first do is check if that person who made a move won. Remember that we've not changed the turn yet, so all we have to do is say check winner like this and then put the turn variable inside. So we've already dealt with this particular function in the, I believe, in the first part itself, so we don't really have to even bother about that. So in case, someone is won, then what is going to happen is that this winner is going to be set to whatever that is. So in case winner is not equal to null, in that case, it means that the game is over. But if winner is equal to null, then it means that the game is not over. So we can have a simple if then check. And instead of saying if winner equal null, what I'll do is I will say if winner is equal to turn, just because I can duplicate it right away. It's just, opposite logic. I'm just using if this is equal to this rather than if this is not equal to something else. So let's just put in the winner's variable first here. So in case winner is equal to turn, then what we can do is use this endgame function. So we can scroll down, pick up this endgame block, put it like this, and just drop the winner variable here. You can also drop turn, but no difference since they're both equal. Alright, so next, once we've checked this, what we can do is now check if the board is full, because now we know that no one has won because it's the else statement here, and in case no one has won, it is very possible that the game is a tie. So we can drop this block here, which is board is full. I think that's what I called it. And we can duplicate this whole thing once again because this logic is pretty similar. We just need to change turn to be yes, I believe. And you can also change this from winners to is board full. So in case the board is full, which in this case, we will set to yes by default, and this doesn't change, it means board is full. Then we can just use endgame not winner this time, but we can put in tie. And remember that we're switching the background to the player itself, to this player variable here, and in this case it's going to be tie. It's not a variable, it's a parameter, but I guess you know what I mean. So it will basically be switching to this backdrop, which is tie game, and that's called tie. So fairly straightforward. We'll use endgame tie, and within the else statement, I will put all of this code here. So I will just drag and drop like this and throw that in within the bigger if else. And that should be it. So now when we try to play the game, we should have our winners detecting. So I'm just going to let X win. And when we do, you can see that we switch the backdrop to X wins. Now it's going to be a very, very similar result, in case we tie the game. You can see this the same way, and O wins. I'm not even going to do that. I'm sure it will work out. So once you have all this in place, you have the main game ready, and what you can do now is head over to the turn display. And basically what this is intended to do is it's intended to make sure that the player, or rather the players in this case, know whose turn it is. So it can either be X turn or it can be O turn as shown by the costumes here. So what we can do is we don't have to do anything when we receive a net. Actually, we can go to the particular location, and I almost forgot about that. So when we receive a net, we just go to this location x0 y negative 150 in case you don't have that. And after we're done with that, we can just grab a when we receive, not check winner, but start game. And we can instantly enter into this repeat until, which is going to go on while winner is not. Okay, so grab this not, then put an equal to, and now head over to variables and grab a winner. And winner is not equal to null. Remember, we set winner to null in the beginning, and in case someone has won, then the winner variable is going to be set to that particular player's turn, and as a result this is going to cease to be true, and as a result we'll jump out of this repeat loop. So within this, all I'm going to have is just switch costume to turn, and that is it. So once you have this, you can actually test it out, and it is fairly simple. So you can see that we switch again, and so on. So that works out fine. What I will also need to do is make sure that when we receive, I'm actually just going to duplicate this. So when we receive, not start game, but hide all. When we do receive hide all, then what we will do is make sure that we stop all other scripts in the sprite. And we don't really have to do this. I mean, we can just hide, but you know, this is slightly more efficient. So stop other scripts in the sprite, and then we can hide ourselves, so that when the game is over, we just have the end screen showing up pretty neatly. So once you're done with all of this, the last thing we need to do to finish this off is regarding the thumbnail. So I want to make sure that when I save the project, or when I start open it, this thumbnail shows up. And also when we press the stop key, I want the thumbnail to show up once again, so that the user isn't headed into a game where everything is half filled. So to do that, let us head over to events now, and we can grab as usual a when I receive init. So when we do receive init, all you need to do is this. So grab a go to front layer, then after that you can grab a set ghost effect. You'll have color effect by default, say ghost effect, and set it to be 100. And after we're done with that, we just go to the center of the screen. So say go to x0 y0, and that is it. So when we press the green flag and then the red key, you should see that something is wrong. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there. According to me, the thumbnail should have been showing up. So I will go through my code once, and then I will be right back. Okay, so it didn't take me very long to find the error. It was simply the fact that my thumbnail was hidden, and to fix that, just add in a show at the beginning. This should fix everything. And when you press the green flag, thumbnail hides. When you press the stop key, the thumbnail shows up once again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be your entire 2-player Tic Tac Toe game. I've had an amazing blast making this series, and I do hope at this point you have a totally working Tic Tac Toe game as well. If you've enjoyed this game series, please make sure you click on the playlist on your screen right here, and that will take you to a brand new game segment. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.